What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, alongside the Eternals leaked promotional art, which if you haven't had a chance to see, I'll make sure to link at the end of this, we discussed a brief rumor that Namor might make his appearance in the Eternals. There were a couple of murmurings and what looked like some very loose evidence, but now here we are 48 hours later, and that evidence has matriculated quite a bit due to a photo that's leaked out of said actor with a couple of the other leads, meaning there's a really good chance he's not just playing an extra, and a young Namor may just be making his debut in the Eternals. We're going to break down everything that goes into the story, how it's built over the last 48 hours, what Namor would even be doing in the Eternals in the first place, and what it'll mean for his crossover in the modern day. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, with CinemaCon right around the corner and the first Eternals trailer most likely to be shown there, and then again to the public only a month or two later with Black Widow's release, alongside some leaked official promotional art thought to be from Marvel Studios' marketing team, there's a lot moving on the official side as far as the Eternals are concerned. But when we first covered this the other day, we labeled it as just a rumor because of the unsubstantiated and uncorroborated source of the intel in a tweet aimed at industry insiders that read, "Really hope both of you see this. So there is a Syrian teenager playing a character in the Eternals, so I DM him and ask him about his role. This is what he said. I play the role of a kid whose father gets killed by sea monsters." He then goes on to say he will be replaced by an older actor because the character will grow up as time passes. And of course, outside of other things, the immediate mention of sea monsters invokes the imagery of Atlantis, but because anybody can tweet anything, we left it as a rumor and simply mentioned it. But then yesterday, the same types of people who would find out this kid is part of the Eternals cast and direct message him in the first place went all the way back to November on Salma Hayek's official Instagram to find this photo with Salma Hayek in the middle, to the right of her the lead actress playing Sprite, Leah McHugh, and to the left, that same Syrian teenager in this picture. Now, just to let you guys know who have no familiarity with movies and movie sets, extras don't go take pictures with lead actors. They refer to the leads as the main talent. You're actually not allowed to mingle. It's the rules. If you're just an extra playing an ancillary role on the set, literally not allowed to talk to the main actors. And this is Salma Hayek posting this photo to her own Instagram, meaning this kid played somebody, and somebody important, which makes us immediately double back to this tweet and look at the information presented between his father being eaten by sea monsters and knowing that we're going to see him as an older version of the character in one of the other movies upcoming in Phase 4. It's looking more and more likely that Kevin Feige was being honest when he said we'd see Namor very soon in the MCU. But what exactly would he be doing in that film, a movie we know is set to span almost 8,000 years and reach back to the most ancient points in Marvel and Earth's history? And if he's a teenager or kid back then, or even in present day, how exactly does that lead to him being an adult? And I think most likely the case, it's got nothing to do with one of those more ancient settings, and rather we're going to get to see Atlantis in the present day. Let me explain. There is an ancient city tied to the deviants called Lemuria, and we went over this in the video I'll link at the end. There was an Easter egg, the Lemurian star in Winter Soldier, to let us know that that's very much on the radar. This was an ancient city, again ruled and inhabited by the deviants, located underwater, and they could easily use that to set up Atlantis as well. But if they show us that setting almost 8,000 years ago, or over the course of history reaching back thousands of years, and you introduce Namor as a kid or teenager back then you're implying that his lifespan is thousands of years more akin to the Eternals themselves. And let me be clear, he does have an elongated lifespan. Born in the comics in 1920, he's over 100 years old and has the appearance of a male in his prime, but he's not immortal, and I don't think the films or the MCU want to imply that or imply that he's thousands of years old. The point I'm trying to make, more likely the case, they're going to introduce us to Lemuria, the home of the deviants underwater, and Atlantis as well, and as they pour over the rich history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at various important points over the thousands of years, they will introduce an ancient Atlantis. But without giving away too many spoilers from the plot leaks, in the final battle, we may get to see Atlantis in the present day. That's when the death of Namor's father may occur. He may be something of a young teenager, as the kid looks to be between 10 and 12 to me, maybe a little bit older, 14, 15. Hey, what do I know? I'm old myself. But either way, when we see him again in 4 or 5 years, maybe even 2 or 3 in Black Panther, he can be a young teenager or a young adult, setting him up for a really nice run throughout the next couple of phases in 10 years in the MCU. Now, I'm going to go ahead and issue a quick spoiler warning in the middle of this. This isn't coming as a leaked source, but rather knowledge of the comics and how it's going to set up Namor going forward. If you don't want to know too much about how Eternals could end, what this will mean for Namor and how it'll end, why he's showing back up, just you could back out now or skip this next part. I at least want to offer you guys the opportunity, but let's think about this for a sec. If we see the death of Namor's father on screen, then that's going to go a long way in contextualizing why Namor carries so much angst with him and why he's portrayed as such a jerk in the comics and probably will be in the films as well. And then you can take that one step further. If the Eternals are able to contextualize a battle ongoing throughout thousands of years between Atlantis and Lemuria, where the Deviants are, then this is where the spoiler warning kicks in. Towards the end of the film, and from all accounts, it's going to be an epic battle between the Eternals and the Deviants. And if the Deviants finally manifest on Earth, a war over the tome of the space god, that's why Atlantis, after never having shown themselves for hundreds if not thousands of years, not even for the events of Avengers Endgame, that's why Atlantis would come to the forefront and fight alongside the Eternals to help defeat their common and ancient enemy in the Deviants. And this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we're used to, the MCU that we love, because the characters have very clear-cut arcs and even clearer motivations. That's why we care so much. And with Namor's imminent introduction in the upcoming Marvel phases in a movie like Black Panther 2, this would be a perfect way to set up the character as a kid and understand his backstory without making it forced, and actually add to the narrative instead of just cluttering it. Now, one other thing I'll add, and it's not exactly a spoiler, as you've probably seen reported by multiple outlets and as we've discussed at the channel, more recently Namor's debut is not rumored for Black Panther 2, but rather Doctor Strange coming up here next summer. And that if that in fact is the case, his introduction in Eternals only months before makes even more sense, as well as the report coming from industry insider Mikey Sutton that the Illuminati are right around the corner. And given how many characters we already have in the MCU and the introduction of Reed Richards and now Namor imminent in the next couple of years, we're almost there with the roster. Of course, we're missing Tony Stark and don't yet have Professor X or Black Bolt, but we will. Black Bolt's coming in the upcoming Miss Marvel series, and Professor X, well, we all know the story of Kevin Feige meeting most recently with Patrick Stewart to try to see if he'd come back for Professor X. We didn't cover it here at the channel because it was an emphatic no, given the finality of the movie Logan, and I'm sure you guys have already read about that already. Either way, the Illuminati will be coming in right soon to the MCU. Namor plays a huge part in that. So all of these murmurings, where there's smoke, there's fire. Of course, Namor's coming in the MCU, and it seems like the Eternals is going to be the perfect place to introduce him. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about all of this. Now that it's been laid out more clearly for you, does it seem almost inevitable that he's going to show up there? As well as this rumor, did you even see the tweet in the first place or this most recent picture? Can you believe that people are crawling through social media accounts back 3 and 6 months to find this stuff? I don't even do that, and I like to think that I'm more on top of it than these people, but hey, hats off to them. Let me know what you think in the comments, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 600,000 subscriber mark. We just gave one away at 550. We gave 2 away at 500. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all of the rest of the prizes we're giving away here at the channel, including the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We just gave one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving away this one on the 2nd year anniversary of the channel in April. If you want to be entered to win either of the prizes, the limited edition Infinity box set, the PlayStation 4 Pros, or any of the future prizes we give away here at the channel, as we'll be doubling down throughout the year. On our way to 1 million, we're going to start adding more prizes to the list, including Oculus Rift Go VR sets. Those are the VR sets that don't include any computer to run them. Like I said, we'll be doubling down. If you want to be entered to win any of these prizes, all the same rules apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners are announced in video. If you've missed any of the past winner announcements, no worries. All you have to do is scroll back through the channel, look for that in the title. It'll always say winner and then the subscriber mark. Hit that video and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.